At UFC 260, Stipe Miocic will defend his UFC heavyweight title in a rematch against Francis Ngannou. It will be the man who is widely recognized as the greatest heavyweight in UFC history, squaring off with a familiar foe, but one who only needs one punch to alter the course of the division forever. They have combined for 29 UFC fights with 19 finishes between them, but one is a devastating force, while the other is more of a cerebral assassin. But let's break it down by the numbers. Since making his UFC debut in 2015, Ngannou has absorbed 67 combined total strikes in 42 minutes and 20 seconds of action against 11 opponents not named Stipe Miocic. That's about a strike and a half a minute. But when he faced Miocic in 2018, Ngannou absorbed 70 strikes in 25 minutes of action. That's nearly 3 strikes a minute, double what every other opponent has landed on him in his UFC career. But since losing to Miocic, Ngannou has been even more dominant with 4 fights that have lasted a grand total of 2 minutes and 46 seconds. All 4 of his opponents were stopped in the first round, and Ngannou only needed 34 strikes to get it done. By comparison, Miocic's last 3 fights, all against Daniel Cormier, have seen him log a total of 48 minutes and 42 seconds of cage time, where he landed 262 strikes and absorbed 311. Not only is that 17 and a half times longer than what Ngannou logged in his last 4 fights, that's more time than Ngannou has spent in the octagon for his entire UFC career, excluding his first meeting with Miocic. Needless to say, the mileage favors the fighter from Cameroon. But experience may again be the key, as 5 of Miocic's 20 victories have come by way of decision. As for Ngannou, he's never won a decision in 18 professional fights. Given the fact that the champ already owns a victory over Ngannou, who says he won't do it again? But do you know what Ngannou has that Miocic doesn't? 1 submission victory. Yep, against Anthony Hamilton in 2016. Funny, because Ngannou has never secured a single takedown in his UFC career. As for Miocic, he averages about 2 takedowns a fight, and he had 6 of them against Ngannou. Outside of Miocic, the Predator has only been on his back a grand total of 4 times. 4. To recap, Ngannou has essentially dominated his UFC non-title fights, outside of an absolute stinker against Derek Lewis. But Miocic has landed more strikes, takedowns, and stayed in the cage longer than all of Ngannou's opponents combined. Experience versus explosiveness. MMA math may not always add up, but it gives you more than enough reason to tune in and see what the outcome is at UFC 260.